Okay, you want to know how I come to know Roger, or whatever?
Well, yeah, you can just tell me what, start there, how you come to know him, yeah.
Well, Roger, when I first knew Roger, the first thing I knew, he came through, and he was had a toy he wanted to promote. He was heading for Los Angeles to try and promote this toy. I didn't even remember what it was.
A toy?
And, but then several times he stopped, and then last time he stopped, he told me that he'd had Hogdson's disease. And I told Francis, I said, I don't think we'll ever see Roger again. Because her grandmother died and her uncle both died of Hogdson's disease. Terrible death. But anyway, but he did come back. He did a lot of chemo and everything, and just about killed him, but he didn't even make back. He come back, and he said, Al, he says, if there's anything, tracks show up or anything, would you let me know? I said, sure. I don't know. So then John Green called me, and he said, Al, he said, would you meet my charter plane in Orleans? He said, I'm bringing a tracking dog down, and there's been tracks found up at Willow Creek Mountain. And he says, but I don't would land in Orleans, but I don't have any way to get up there. Would you come take us up there? I said, gosh. I said, well, check with Frances, see if she closed the store all right. And if she can, I'll do it. So she said she could. And so our oldest son and I went there, took a station wagon, and we went down there and met them in Orleans. And then we started down, and then we got to Willow Creek Resort, which was still open at that time. Of course, in those days it was open. Anyway, they got some provisions and everything to take up there. And John said I loaned him $100. I don't remember, but he said he didn't have time to get his.
John said you loaned him $100?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember, but he said I did. And if he did, must have paid me back. I wasn't mad over it.
That's why you forgot he must have paid you back.
So anyway, went up there, and of course there was way up on top of the ridge there at Willow Creek Mountain. There was a long stretch of road there, and the tracks went right down as far as you can see down there. And there was, but they said there was 3 sets of tracks. I only saw 2. And anyway, we had we couldn't stay too long. They got there, it was getting dark, and they were getting ready to bed down and everything for the night. And in the morning they would go and track it. So anyway, we came back, and we'll back up a little bit. The interesting thing was that we came out of our son was a teenager. I can't remember how old he was. Wasn't too old. Anyway, he came out, and we all coming out of there, and the dog hunter just had a fit. He about went nuts. Here was Mike, had his arm around the dog's neck, and the dog was in the back of the station wagon, and Mike was on the back seat, and he had his arm around his neck. But they were just loving each other up to beat the neck. And he really had a fit, the dog handler. He said, that dog's a killer.
And your son was wrestling with him. Yeah.
And, but anyway, the dog wouldn't. I guess the dog knows a child.
Yeah.
And so, at any rate, we went on up, and we saw the tracks, and like I say, I saw 2 sets. I did not see the third one. And
were they different sizes?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
One was a good bit smaller?
One was quite small, and they said the other was like a child, small.
So you missed the larger one you didn't see?
No, I seen the large one, and the next size. I did not see the little bitty one.
You didn't see the little one, okay.
No. And so anyway, we had to come back, and we went down here, and they, up the next day, they put the dog on the track, and it tracked it for a while, and then it lost the track. They lost the track. They said it warmed up and they lost the track. I really will believe that wasn't what happened. That dog handler was scared to death. He pulled him off the track.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah. He told me the night before, he said that the dog, the beast is going to catch up with, the dog going to catch up with that beast, and you're going to take care of him right now. And I'm next. That's what he said. And so I always will believe he pulled him off the track. The next day, about 10 o'clock, they lost the track anyway. So, weather, I don't know. I'll never know for sure.
He was a little spooked, though.
Yeah, that's my opinion. Well, anyway, when they left, why, I didn't want to call Roger right then. When they first got up there, I thought, that's not quite right. Call him on top of them. So I didn't wait. I waited till they left, then I called Roger and told him. And I said, well, they're probably out of the area now. But anyway, but he says, well, he says, I think I'm going to come down anyway. I've been wanting to come down. I'm going to come down anyway.
Now, you said Blue Creek Mountain.
Right.
But I've often heard Onion Mountain associated with that event.
Well, it's really, well, there's a confusion there. And it might have been me as well. Because John said it was actually Blue Creek Mountain is where it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blue Ridge Mountain?
Blue Creek Mountain.
No, so is that pretty close to Bluff Creek?
Oh, yeah, it's just up above one, very close to Onion Mountain.
Just kind of overlooking Bluff
yeah,
Creek.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That same general area. I know exactly where, it's that same general area.
Yeah.
And so anyway, then the next thing I knew, after I hadn't seen him, he one evening, about 6 o'clock in the evening, something like, I can't remember, well, it's after 6, because I just closed the store. Couldn't close the store until 6. And so he called. When I was outside, we go build a fire, we were going to have roasted wieners out there. And so Frances came out and got me. She said, Roger's on the phone, wants to talk to you. And I said, okay. I'm going to talk to him. And he said, Al, I got a picture of the son of a buck. And I said, where you at? He said, I'm down in front of your store. So,
The son of a buck, that means indicated male, indicated that.
well, he was just son of a buck. He was, I think it was just a figure of speech.
Yeah. But I just wondered if it had ramifications of being male, he might have thought.
I don't know.
Thought he saw.
But anyway, we went down, and so Frances said, she just gave me the biggest horse laugh you ever saw. And I said, well, go on, get the boys, we're going to go down. And Roger got a picture of Bigfoot. She gave me the biggest horse laugh you ever heard. And we got down there and talked to Roger for quite some time. And
He was pretty excited, wasn't he?
oh, he was very excited. And so anyway, come home, and I said, well, what do you think now? She said, well, he either saw one or he's on LSD, one or the other. And he was flying about that high off the ground.
Yeah. Well, what about Gimlin? Was he excited?
You know, I don't remember him being so excited. And of course, I didn't know Gimlin. That's the first time I ever met him.
Yeah.
And I just don't remember. I'm sorry, I don't.
He just kind of was a little more subdued than Roger.
Yeah, right. As far as I know, he was anyway. And so they said, well, they had to get going. They get up there and take care of the horses. And so, okay, we went, came home, and they would go over and get some groceries and stuff to take back with them. And I got a phone call. So McCoy called. He said, Al, he said, Roger, we had done forestry, and yeah, well, we'll all get together and we'll talk about this. So we went down, and I said, okay. So I went down, and we sat in the forest, one of the forestry offices, for I don't know how long, an hour, maybe 2, and talking about what he'd seen. And then they left, of course, went up there. The next thing I knew, Roger called me, and he said, Al, a big storm came up that night, and which is right off the ocean there, you know.
Yeah.
He said, storm came right in off the ocean, and it was so muddy, they couldn't get, they got stuck, the truck got stuck. They commandeered Charlie Whitson's backhoe.
Charlie Wilson?
Whitson.
Whitson.
Yeah.